Hello everyone. I recently posted a video review about my dreaded wig, and I just wanted to show you kind of the process of gluing that I'm doing for the ends and as well for the wefts that I've ripped out. So one of the concerns I had when I ripped the wefts out of the secondary wig was that I was afraid that the stitching was going to lose integrity because I accidentally cut some of the stitching. So all I'm doing now with it is I'm gluing it with tacky glue, and I'm just going to kind of show you the process that I'm using. So when I'm starting with the weft, you can see I've got one done here, a very thick one. When I do this, I always do this end first, because if you do the other end first and then flip it over to glue the other end, you will guaranteed have braids stuck together. So all I do is I just dab a dot on each section where there's a braid. You don't want too much on it. Like this one, I had to go all the way across with the glue. But what that does is it hardens the weft, and it'll be harder to sew in, and it'll make the wig stiffer. So I generally try to do it this way, but with this weft piece being so thick, I ended up doing it all the way across. So all I do is I dab it in, rub it in, make sure it's really thickly on there, and I do go on to the braids a little bit. You're just trying to seal the weft string to the braids. So if you come up off of it and the piece is sticking up, you want to set it back down so that the braid actually glues to the weft piece. There's a very large piece at the end here, so I put a little bit more. And then all I would do is quickly flip it over. Try to put it in a neat order, and then just do the other side real quick. Now you want to do this on a surface that you won't damage, as well that you'll be able to remove the weft from if it gets glued on. So all I'm using is the top cover of a tote, like the containers, not the bags, and it serves me pretty well. So then all you do is, I'm gonna go this way, no, never mind. I'm kind of running out of table room here, so I'm going to go like this, and then I will just weigh the end down, which you can't see, but the end of the weft goes off the table, so I'm just weighing it down so that it does not fall. So all I do is I take them one by one, a little bit of glue every time, and I just rub it in, and I do that for each one. I try to do it as fast as I can, and I know this video is probably going to be a little bit longer than it should be, but there's quite a few braids on this particular piece. And you don't want to put too much so that there's globs left over on the ends, because the ends are going to be what's visible, and if you put too much on, you will get a residue left behind, and sometimes even like a stringy bit as well. And all I'm doing is just squeezing the glue out and pulling it off with my finger. Now eventually the glue top, or the top of the glue bottle, will clog up with hairs, because you do pull a couple hairs here and there off. Sorry, getting rid of some glue on the bottom there. You do end up pulling some glue or some hairs off of the wig, and those will get on top and clog up your glue bottle, and you really don't want that. Usually I'll try to do this in order of which braids are where, but this is kind of a mess right now. You just want to keep them spread out so that if they slip or slide for any reason, if they get bumped or they just move on their own, there's going to be enough space in between them that they're probably not going to hit each other. And that doesn't have to be a whole lot of space either. And if you end up getting too much glue on your glove, just separate it between two separate braids. See, I'm running out of room at the end here. So I'm going to bring this one over a little bit. You can kind of see on this one there's like a bump, and the same with this one over here. The braid looks like it's naturally been just like dented this way. I'm not sure if it's fixable, because I know the wig is not heat resistant as far as I'm concerned, or as far as I know rather. And then I basically repeat it on every other weft. Now I don't know if you have to do this, but I really do want for all the braids to stay, so that's what I'm going to do. Actually, if it's not too long, what are we at? 7 minutes? We got a bit of time. On this one here, you'll see there's a pin sticking into this one. Well, as I was bringing this over, one of the braids actually fell out, but it was a long one that was bent in the middle, so the turn was at the top. It wasn't just a straight piece. So all I did was I pinned it in place and I glued it in hopes that it will stay. If it doesn't, I will probably end up trying to sew it. But that's basically the whole idea of this process. So if it turns out, I will probably let you know in a future video. So thank you for watching, and I hope this has been somewhat useful to someone.